What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do an Empower Me, Power Me reading for the sign of Taurus. Okay, Taurus gang, you guys had the second highest views on your right here and now readings. So you guys are getting an extra reading since then. It's probably been about 3 weeks though. Okay, so hopefully you guys have done some centering since then. These are brand new readings that the universe told me were ready to come out. And so we're rocking with them. Basically, this is like a spiritual EMP to empower you, to help you reach Zen if you are into metaphysical and meditation. Kind of an extension of the monthly manifestations in a way. If you haven't seen those, they're on my playlist. I know I got readings for days, Taurus. I know I got readings for days, but these are highly particular into helping you center yourselves. Okay, like I said, I think it's been about 3 weeks since the last reading. All right, so remember, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so if especially when I do you guys Taurus, I'm totally empathetic when it comes, and I get highly sensitive to especially how just about all the signs I feel like I've tapped into in some kind of very emotional and spiritual way. And so I really do hope these help you. Okay, so we're going to get into shuffling first. I did shuffle and clear the energy from the last reading, but we're going to shuffle. Spirit is saying I can go 2 shuffles, or really just 1 shuffle for you guys, because I shuffled about 4 before the reading. So we're only going to do 1 shuffle, and I'm going to cut the deck by 3s, actually by 1 more. And I'm going to put this stack on the top. Okay, so that should mix it up pretty well for you guys. All right, so 5-card pull. Each card has a question attached. I'll read those off to you guys as I lay them down. These are particularly thin. It's the Osho Zen Tarot. Okay, I love the design on the outside. It feels very zen. And I like the energy that I feel from them. But we're going to pull 5, 2 from the top, 2 from the bottom, and 1 energetically from the middle. Okay, so first one from the top is, where are you headed? Okay, second one from the top is, are you focused? Okay, are you focused? As you're hearing these questions, take the time to kind of just close your eyes, Taurus. Imagine yourself in your happy place. It could be a meadow, it could be a waterfall. I don't know why, but I hear a zoo for some reason. Okay, but in a particular part of the zoo. Okay, maybe someone has visited the zoo recently or plans to. We're going to go to the bottom for the third card, which is, do you believe in yourself? Okay, do you believe in yourself? Second card from the bottom, what should you release? Okay? And again, if you're still eyes closed in your happy place, make sure you're taking a deep breath in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth as you think of that question, what should you release that we just pulled, okay? I'm going to set the cards in the center so we can pull the last card. Okay, eyes went to here for how will it change you? Okay, how will it change you? In saying that question, I feel the need to pull energy from your base chakra up, okay, as you get ready to open your eyes and receive this reading, okay? Now, like I said, these are pretty thin, so I'm probably going to have to use your place card to help me lift them, okay? So, where are you headed, Taurus? Where are you headed? Adventure, okay? Adventure. That is a wonderful start to your reading, okay? Like I said, the zoo came up. I don't know if the zoo is part of this adventure, but we do see this person here that's standing at the beginning of kind of like a forest or coming to the end of a pathway where there's a rainbow, and it looks like it's more so of a child. So I feel this obviously pull towards inner child joy or freedom in a way. Whatever it is that you're embarking on awakens your inner child in a sense, or is a childlike wonder in a way. We're going to go into the book and get some extra messages for adventure. $78. Like I said, these are kind of thin. When we are truly in a spirit of adventure, we are moving just like this child, full of trust, out of the darkness of the forest into the rainbow of the light. We go step by step, drawn by our sense of wonder into the unknown. Adventure really has nothing to do with plans and maps and programs and organization. The page of rainbows represents a quality that can come to us anywhere, at home or in the office, in the wilderness or in the city, in a creative project or in our relationships with others. Whenever we move into the new and unknown with the trusting spirit of a child, innocence and open and vulnerable, even the smallest things of life can become the greatest adventures. That is a beautiful, beautiful way to look at this card. Like I said, very childlike, but that is the pure innocence of something new, which is makes it, in my opinion, even more enjoyable because it almost, I'm hearing, restores the youth in the way of us. Even if you're an adult, you still have that innocence within you that is maintained a little bit better than your regular maturity. There's still that innocence of enjoyment of things. Okay, so let's go to the second placement, okay, which is here. Are you focused, Taurus? Are you focused? Guidance, okay, beautiful. Another beautiful card with a lot of like, I'm feeling like transcendent colors, if you will. Um, and I'm feeling transcendent in a way with guidance, okay? It looks as though we have this angel that's kind of like lifting off, and then maybe a spirit in the distance, okay, over here, all right? And so possibly you could be getting some guidance from above as far as your ancestors are concerned, or an elder of sorts, um, or just following your intuition in a way. The universe, God, um, whatever you believe, there's some form of guidance around you, which is very beautiful. Okay. And I feel like the colors between guidance and adventure are kind of matching as far as rainbow colors, okay? I think we're going to go into the book for guidance as far as that's also part of the Suit of Rainbows Minor Arcana 142. And I kid you not, like I opened the book and it went directly to the page in which this is on. So spirit guides are definitely here, y'all, okay? The angelic figure with rainbow colored wings on this card represents the guide that each of us carries within. Like the second figure in the background, we may sometimes be a little reluctant to trust this guide when it comes to us, because we are so accustomed to taking our cues from the outside rather than from the inside. The truth of your own deepest being is trying to show you where to go right now. And when this card appears, it means you can trust the inner guidance you are being given. It speaks in whispers, and sometimes we can hesitate, not knowing if we have understood rightly. But the indications are clear. In following the inner guide, you will feel more whole, more integrated, as if you are moving outwards from the very center of your being. If you go with it, this beam of light will carry you exactly where you need to go. You have to look for your guidance because you don't know your inner guide is hidden inside you. You have to find the inner guide, and that's what I call your witness. That's what I call your Dharma. That's what I call your intrinsic Buddha. You have to awaken that Buddha, and your life will shower blessings, benediction. Your life will become so radiant with good and godliness, more than you can possibly conceive. Okay? It is almost like light. Your room is dark. Just bring light in. Even a small candle will do, and the whole darkness disappears. And once you have a candle, you know where the door is. You don't have to think about it. Where is the door? Only blind people think about where the door is. People who have eyes and the light is there, they don't think. Have you ever thought, where's the door? You simply get up and go out. You never give a single thought to where the door is. You don't start groping for the door or hitting your head against the wall. You simply see, and there is not even a flicker of thought. You simply go out. Okay? So As you can see in this card, the angel is not blocked, nor is the second person behind. Everything is an open pathway, okay? Just like adventure is, okay? So, very, very beautiful start to your reading, Taurus, all right? Let's see your third placement. Do you believe in yourself, Taurus? Do you believe in yourself? We have nothingness, okay? No thingness. All black. I think at this point you may be drawing a blank because of possibly what has transpired in your life, Taurus, or not knowing or being able to really see in advance enough to say yes, okay? Which is not a bad thing. Within nothingness, there is stillness, okay? Just as much as you should go and experience these adventures, maybe don't think so much of what will happen or transpire after, okay? It's not that there's nothing to achieve or nothing further to pursue. It's all up to you once it's done, okay? So within the moment, just be happy within the moment and experience it as without receipt of something, okay? Or knowing of there being something to receive, if that makes sense, okay? Within nothingness is stillness and allowing things to come and flow naturally without seeing the end result before it's happening, if that makes sense, okay? We're not going in the book for that one. Let's head to the fourth placement. What should you release? Okay, what should you release? And you got the Thunderbolt, okay? The Thunderbolt also came up in Gemini's reading, okay? This is kind of a representation of the Tower in regular tarot because it is showing people falling, although there is Matsu sitting in kind of a Buddhist pose. And where I feel there is some enlightenment of things that, you know, again, there's some things that you need to let go. Possibly control, Taurus. And I know that's kind of hard to do, especially if you're very detail oriented or find yourself needing things to be organized or in a certain routine, because we do like routine. We don't like change. But sometimes if the change is beneficial, we can adjust. We may not like it still, but we will adjust, okay? And so energetically, like I said, for Gemini, it's more about really allowing things to fall off of you that you know for sure do not serve you, okay? If you want to go to Gemini's and kind of fast forward to the Thunderbolt, you can, because I do read that passage over there on that reading if you'd like, okay? But I do feel as though there are some things that you know you need to release, but you just won't do it. Maybe because you're not ready to yet. And it may seem like a lot because you don't know or are not for certain if it's the best thing to do, but I think you do. Maybe it's been shown to you from your guides, you've been getting guidance clearly to undergo this change, okay? Internally. There's an internal change that is going to transpire. and you shouldn't be afraid of it, okay? I'm hearing kind of like a fuel to the fire in a way for some reason. That that phrase came in my head, okay? There's a fuel to a fire, okay? Some of you may understand that, some of you may not. Again, if you're looking to feel empowered, to become zen with what's going on in your life and kind of evolve in a way mentally, emotionally, then this is the reading for you. This was meant for you, Taurus. Like I said, you guys were the second highest views behind Gemini, okay? Let's get into the fifth placement of how will it change you, okay? How will it change you? Which we kind of jumped ahead a little bit in that fourth placement. So we have schizophrenia, okay? Schizophrenia. We definitely going in the book, okay? We see clouds here, okay? We also have this man that's possibly between two ledges. There's two birds above him, but he's also in between both of these kind of ledges. One side he's holding on with his feet, the other side he's holding on with his hands and kind of leaning in between, okay? In doing that, I'm noticing that one is red and one is green. There's blue in between, okay? And I'm feeling this maybe hard to let go of maybe some form of transitional phase for someone that's finding you stuck in the middle of something, okay? Whether it be life in general, or maybe people, or changing paths of some sort, but maybe you're trying to do it all, Taurus, but you're risking the chance of falling, not failing, but falling, okay? Or feeling the possibility of falling into the unknown, if you will, okay? How will it change you? Let's go into the book for schizophrenia. This one is part of the clouds, page 120. I'll just move this over so I can hold it for you guys. Man is split. Schizophrenia is a normal condition of man, at least now. It may not have been so in the primitive world, but centuries of conditioning, civilization, culture, and religion may have made man a crowd, divided, split, contradictory. But because this split is against his nature, deep down, somewhere hidden, the unity still survives. Because the soul of man is one, all the conditionings at the most destroy the periphery of the man, but the center remains untouched. That's how man continues to live. But his life has become a hell. The whole effort of Zen is how to drop this schizophrenia, how to drop this split personality, how to drop the divided mind of man, how to become undivided, integrated, centered, and crystallized. The way you are, you cannot say that you are. You don't have a being. You are a marketplace, many voices. If you want to say yes, immediately the no is there. You cannot even utter a simple word yes with totality. In this way, happiness is not possible. Unhappiness is a natural consequence of a split personality. Okay? So, Taurus, how will this change you? Okay? Are you currently living this way with a split personality? Or are you going to feel as though you have a split going forward and trying to be one way and also another? Okay? Almost a push and pull in a way. The person on this card brings a new twist to the old idea of getting stuck between a rock and a hard place. But we are precisely this sort of situation when we get stuck in the indecisive and dualistic aspect of the mind. Should I let my arms go and fall head first, or let my legs go and fall feet first? Should I go here or there? Should I say yes or no? And whatever decision we make, we will always wonder if we should have decided the other way. The only way out of this dilemma is unfortunately to let go of both at once. You can't work your way out of this one by solving it, making lists of pros and cons, or in any way working it out with your mind. Better to follow your heart if you can find it. If you can't find it, just jump. Your heart will start beating so fast that there will be no mistake about where it is. So, how will this change you, Taurus? In the sense of stopping the push and pull. No, I don't think there's any wrong answer to this situation that you may find yourself in or headed towards. However, the one thing that I can say, Taurus, is that you will be free. If we're talking about this card in the middle here, okay? Now, for some, you may say if you're on that ledge and you're in that same position, if you've got enough strength, you'll let go from your feet and obviously pull yourself up on the other end, which is fine. Which is fine. That means you chose a side, okay? But if you're in a situation where you cannot choose, then the only other thing to do is to let go, okay? And that brings us back to what is it that you need to release, okay? Is it a fight? Is it to be right? You know, I cannot tell because there's so many layers here, okay? Some of you may only, relate to this part here. Some may only relate to this part here. Some may only relate to the middle or just to these cards here, which is fine. Take what resonates and pass the rest, okay? But at the end of the day, I want us to all feel free, okay? There is no wrong path. It's just about choosing one, I think, at the end of the day. And whatever you choose, let everything flow as normal or as it may, and make more decisions along the way until you get to your ultimate goal. All right? So, with that being said, Taurus, that is all that I have for you guys tonight. I hope this helped you center a little bit. If not, I would definitely suggest after this reading taking some time to yourself and really just ask your guides, ask God, pray on it, and kind of let yourself slowly fall into sleep in asking yourself the question of what you should release, how you want to change moving forward. May want to check out the Tap Into Your Soul readings. If this is more so emotional based or tied, to see how that kind of helps you. Those are great readings as far as tapping into your soul, which is literally what those are for, to get deeper into the aspects of what could be bothering you. If you're new to the channel, I truly welcome you guys. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if this was a vibe for you. Okay, new readings here with this one, and I'm glad that I started them. So until next time, Taurus, peace.